Absolute joys of trying to get out of this car. Park space is not fun. It's very tight. Not easy being squeezy. The advantage to this car is that it is also, I mean, it's very dark in here, so I do apologise. One of the advantages is it is on air suspension, so you can raise it slightly, not manually, but if you put it into B mode, which is like comfort, I guess, Bentley mode, comfort, it raises because it puts more air in the suspension to make the ride nicer. But when you put it in S, obviously it makes the ride a bit more stiffer, therefore more sporty. So I'm currently in B to be able to get out of the... B is for car park exit and sport is for the road. The spot that I've come to this morning is Monaco, and they've obviously started preparations for the race that's here. So driving down essentially the circuit is pretty crazy. Obviously I'm doing the reverse, the circuit goes that way, but driving down there and like having the barriers and shit, that's pretty cool. That was not expected. So the aim for today was I wanted to shoot this. Basically at the end of here there's a pier. Down this way there's a pier. I wanted to go down there and shoot the car facing back towards Monaco. However, as you just saw from that shot, there is some boats, well, cruise ships that are there in the way. Not in the way, of course. They have more right to be there than me. So I'm going to go and try and find somewhere else. But unfortunately, it's going to be a bit difficult. So we'll see what we can get, you know. But that's how these things work sometimes. This is why I want to do these daily videos, because they're not always like perfect. Some days when you're shooting, they go really well, like everything's smooth plain sailing, everything's great, there's no hiccups. Other days it's like this, where you kind of have to think on your feet and be like, okay, well, that hasn't worked out, let's go and find some other spots. It is April, so it's the start of the summer season, the spring season, so you get a lot of tourists that start from now coming to Monaco. So we'll see what we can obtain today. If not, there is a spot over in Menton where we're staying that I'm pretty certain I can shoot at. So if all else fails, we'll head there. I found a spot. Make sure everything is on. I'm gonna have to be quick though. That's the only caveat. So we'll see how it looks. Yeah, I'll be quick. We've pulled up here where hopefully we can get something. I'm just going to get a couple of shots because I don't want to be in the way, basically. So I'm going to get one in portrait. I mean, it looks really, really good here. Like, legit, looks really nice. I'm going to get a couple more photos because I want to focus on getting shots, and then I'm going to move out of the way because I'm in the way. I feel like I'm just getting in the way of the locals, etc. Get some bits. Maybe some like detail shots, just moving the polarizer around, etc. I've kind of made the best of a not ideal situation. I think the photo here looks nice. I think I could probably turn the car around and get some photos of the rear end as well, maybe. I think naturally the reason I end up getting photos of the front of the car more than the rear is because I'm focused. When I'm reverse, basically I always reverse park. So then that means that the shot is always of the front of the car because I've reversed into the location that I'm at. But let's jump outside and see how the back end looks. I don't know if you can see me, but you can see the car, I guess. Oh, maybe you can still see me, maybe you can't. You can hear me, that's for sure. All right, let's change the settings. The rear of the car does look really nice. But it's one of those cars where it looks, I don't know why, but it looks better in person. Down every 5 seconds, so I can change the polarizer. I wish there was an automatic way of doing that. You know, like an automatic polarizer. I mean, that would be very cool. If any company out there wants to create it, I'll promote it. I'm happy with the photos. The photos we've got here are great. I think they look good. What's up?
Could you put the window up?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
You alright? Cold, are you?
Yes.
It's 15 degrees, it's not cold.
No, but you're wearing a jumper and a t-shirt. I'm wearing this.
Oh, cry more. God. Moan, moan, moan. Jesus. Like, it might be cold, but you look beautiful being cold, so it's fine.
Thanks.
Shall we move to the... We've got two options now, Roxanne.
Yes.
We can either keep getting some stuff around here, or go back to Menton and go to that spot. The one I showed you, where you were like the backdrop of Menton.
I would think Menton would probably be a good idea, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, there's other angles I can get here. I don't know. Let's drive around. If we see anything, we'll stop.
Yeah.
If not, we'll go back to Menton. There's no rush, really.
Yeah.
What?
No, I just looked at that bridge and I don't know what that is.
No. Since the beginning of this journey, I've been wanting to get a CPL filter for the GFX 100 RF. I still don't have one. I have to go to a camera shop in 5 days. I'll probably get one then. When towards the end of the trip, but it's fine. I think I've managed thus far. This is kind of nuts. This is the circuit. Is this the, do they go through here? They do. Okay, this is kind of cool. So that's the pit lane. That's the... I'm trying to work it out in my head. No, they don't go... Do they go through here? I don't know. I would say it's one of the most iconic pieces of road in F1, going up this hill. I remember watching F1 growing up and watching like the drivers go up this hill and thinking, how the fuck are they doing it? Because it's crazy. It's so close. Like, even, you know, just in a normal car, you're looking at it and you're like, how? Right, we've made it to the spot. However, on Google Earth, again, it seems to be one of those days, you know, trial or tribulation, all that stuff, you know, you give it a go. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think today is one of those days, unfortunately, which is frustrating because I don't really have a long time. So, on Google Earth, there was no fencing and there was no like road, no like construction. But now there's construction, so it's going to be... The photo looks good. You can see an example of just the plain photo on the screen. But I'm going to have to do some sort of Photoshop to make it the photo that I want. So removing things that I don't want in the frame. So we're going to jump out, get some more shots, get some photos. Doing that, front, rear, side, full profile, get everything done. And then I guess we'll just have to try something else. I don't know, but for now, let's do this and see how it goes. Now, the number one thing to remember when you're doing photography, you know, especially car photography, is you have to roll with the punches sometimes, and that's just what's happening today. That's why I'm doing these daily vlogs. That's why I'm doing these daily videos, to show you the good, bad, ugly, etc., as I've already mentioned. And today, I mean, maybe I'm being overly pessimistic. The photos actually don't look bad. It's just not what I was expecting. So when reality meets expectation, you've got to find a way to manage that somehow and sometimes. And that's where I'm at. In order to give these photos a fighting chance, I'm going to enlist the help of Roxanne to be a model, because I feel like with a subject or a person in frame, it's just going to elevate the photo just slightly a little bit better. So I'm going to position the car slightly differently, get Roxanne out of the car, get her just walking around the car, interacting with the car, and fingers crossed the photos will turn out better than I was hoping for initially. I'll set you up on a tripod so you can see what's going on as we're meandering around the car. I'll just kind of get like top half just there for me. Just going to use you as a bit of a frame. Okay. Maybe get you walking kind of around the front. Okay, and go. So all I'm doing, so you know what I'm doing, I'm just trying to get a shot of you walking just in front.
Yeah,
so
cool.
Like that. Left arm out a bit, as if you're walking. And yeah, that's good. Keep moving around. Just a few more. Just try and keep your eyes open a bit. I know it's hard because it's bright, but maybe just close your eyes for a bit just to get a bit of respite, and then we'll get a couple more. So we're just getting some interior shots, kind of just like detail shots of the steering wheel, Roxanne, and I'm kind of trying to use this a bit as a bit of a frame. This bloody thing is very annoying. Just stay in there. Thank you. I don't know if frame is the right word, but I can stand a bit further back and get more of a shot like this. That's nice. This is how you change in a Bentley. I think, to be honest, I'm happy with this morning's photos. We've only been shooting for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and I'm happy that I've got some really good images. It's disappointing when you go to locations and those photos don't work out, or you have something in mind and it doesn't look as good as you thought it would. That is just the nature of photography in general, not just car photography. That is the nature of photography. So whenever you're going out and shooting street, cars, basically anything, portraits, restaurants, there's always going to be hiccups or could be hiccups. So always keep that in mind when you're going out and shooting. It's not always going to be plain sailing. Some days you will turn up on location and you will get the perfect shot with the perfect conditions, with the perfect scenario. That doesn't happen very often, in my experience. So keep that in mind when you're going out and you're heading out and you're going for a shoot. Don't overpressure yourself. Just go out with an open mind saying, I will be able to get something. I've got some really good images from today, which together combined with the image set that I'm providing to Bentley are gonna look really good. So I'm very happy with those photos. The gear that I've used today is the GFX 100 RF, a little bit, which is Fujifilm, and the Hasselblad X2D. The reason I like using these two cameras for car photography is because of the quality. If I was doing street photography or anything else like that, these would be slightly overkill. But because I'm shooting a car that I want to provide really high quality images, then these two cameras are amazing. With all that being said, I'm going to go and grab some food because I'm hungry. Create more, stress less, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace, love, go shoot.